Yeah, but yeah, we do. We subconsciously and we naturally judge people, even when we step out. Um, but the whole light and dark energy or whatever. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. How people judge people. Some people judge people like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. But people tend to look at what people show them and they'll judge them off of that. And I mean, you have a little something to work with, but you really don't know a person until you actually know them. So, you know, it's like you can't say that someone is like fake light or they're really operating in darkness and they don't really have light to them just because you want to make that assumption off of one or a couple things or whatever. Just it's like I said, I have a big heart and I've done some really I've done some really great things, some really good things. But then people look at that hard exterior that they see at times and, you know, may figure, oh, well, that's dark or whatever. Or, when you incorporate sacred rage or um, different things that when justice has to be incorporated, when you have to, I mean, there's just so many things, but it's like, why even explain yourself to individuals that really don't understand? And they can't understand because they come from a different walk of life. And they're the city that I come from, the place that I come from is very, very diverse. It's a melting pot, and there is individuals from all walks of life. So but yeah, people wouldn't understand unless were exposed to certain things and you know, lived a certain type of way or had a certain type of occupation or background, right? Where it required you to operate in a certain type of capacity. So yeah, but yeah, all the craziness and the chaos and just mm, my message is to, just make sure that you stay in focus and make sure that, like, as I always say, to make sure that you're tracking your progress and keep your, keep your head on a swivel and celebrate your small and your big wins and make sure that you are giving yourself you're giving yourself permission to take time to yourself, giving yourself permission to be yourself. um, People are offing themselves, especially in this season, at a very alarming rate at all ages. And a lot of times people are just not happy with themselves. There was a post online in a community that I belong to, and they were asking, what is your opinion about addiction? And I was saying that I believe, because they specified, like, in this day and time, why is it so prevalent? And my opinion, I was saying that people go through negative experiences. They have negative experiences of certain bad situations and traumas, and they haven't been taught how to process and how to express that trauma, and they have a hard time just sitting with themselves, so they indulge in external things, like such as controlled substances, things that will make them feel better, because the brain remembers the things that made it feel bad and the things that made it feel better or feel good. So when the body, it's the same thing as, like, for example, like drugs. For the people that take like opiates and things like that, they take substances for pain, so when 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 the brain experiences things that make it feel good, then it wants more. And that's just science. That's just chemically. And so that contributes to addiction. And as far as it being so prevalent in present day, my opinion is, 5 years ago, people were made to stay inside, and they weren't able to come out unless they were considered essential workers. So what is that? What did that create? That created more addiction because people had to stay in and they had to spend more time with themselves, so they weren't able to get out or be more creative or do the things that they were, that they were used to doing. And a lot of people had a hard time with that. I mean, a lot of youngsters had a hard time with that. So, what do people do when they don't know how to process, when they don't know how to deal with whatever it is that they're experiencing or what they're going through? A lot of people, they choose controlled substances. They choose to indulge in the things that make them feel better. So doing the inner work and working on yourself is a job. It really is. Some people might envy my journey because I share little things here and there, and they might figure, well, she thinks she's perfect, or she make it look like da 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 da. Like, I don't have to tell everybody everything that's going on in my life. It's not their business. If anybody is so engaged and they're so that heavily involved in wondering what I'm doing, they probably have too much time on their hands, or they might need to go seek therapy. I will offer this: the journey is not easy. Sometimes you make things look easy because of the individual that you are, or because of your experiences, and because of the position that you hold, or just it could be your character, the person that you are and everything. Sometimes you want to make it look good, but then at the same time, like if you are going through something, in all honesty, if you're going through something, are you honestly gonna go and tell a whole bunch of people about what you're going through? Probably not. Because there's individuals like me that genuinely want to help, but there's a lot of people that just won't. Like, I've done a lot of research, and I've seen a lot of videos on statistics and things like that. Like, for example, in CPR classes, somebody is getting ready to collapse, and the individual literally collapse on the ground, and you'll see like a whole bunch of these individuals that will literally keep walking, and okay, everybody's on their way to work or whatever. No, they're on their way to work. So, they'll just keep walking and, act like they didn't even see this person who literally just collapsed. And then there's individuals like me where, I'm about to be late, but this individual just collapsed. So let me go over here and take a knee and see if I can assist. Let me see if I can help. So it's like there's a lot of individuals that they probably ain't gonna help you anyway, right? So you stand 10 toes down and stand strong and firm and keep it pushing, whatever these battles are, because everybody battling something. But there's individuals like me that, I mean, it's not perfect and it's not easy, but you make it look good. But at the same time, it's just like being in a relationship when they say, nobody's perfect, but you want to have standards and things like that. But it's like you want to choose the person that life can be hard. So you want to choose the individual that, you can do life with, right? Or, you have different there's different struggles and different difficulties or whatever, but you want to choose your difficult, right? Yeah. So get on here and just send this message out and put a word out there, see if I can encourage somebody. But most importantly, what I really wanted to, the message I really wanted to share is just, make sure that you staying focused and not getting caught up in the freaking chaos. Like, I don't care what major city that you in. I mean, it's just always up. It just seems like it's always up. And, misery, chaos, and all of these negative frequencies and these negative individuals, they just want some company. They want some company. So we staying on path, and we staying strong, and we staying focused, and we're staying grounded.